I always get this question around branding design. Shaan, what's the branding design? How do I set up the branding book? What does that look like? What font should I use? Listen, guys, the first logo that we ever used was my face. It was my face. The branding design is your personality, your story, your face, your likeness, name, image, and likeness. If you've never heard of it, write that down. Outside of sports, they don't talk about it too much, but your name is the brand. Your name should make people feel something before your presence ever comes into the room. Have you ever seen American Gangster? Denzel Washington is having a conversation and he's talking about the brand. He's talking about the value. And he's telling the co-partner, he's telling Cuba Goodings on the movie, he says, I don't care what you do with it. Do what you want with it, but don't change it because this is a brand. They might not know me any more than they know the chairman of General Mills. It's a brand. It's a household name. I stand behind it. Your name is your brand. You got to stand behind it and stand up strong. That's the real branding design. Your name, your image. What do people think of and what do they feel when your image comes into their mind? The way you look, your image. What do you represent? What is the facet? What do you represent? What is the representation of your brand? So what do? We help leaders become brands. So they can do what? Make their yearly income monthly, their monthly income weekly, and their weekly income daily. We help leaders brand themselves and add a zero to their revenue. Kick out the middleman. Remove the middleman and go straight to the market. Collapse decades into days. You are the brand. Brand you. That's the branding design. And then the likeness. Listen, I'm not against anyone, however you want to live, however you want to eat, whatever you want to do in your life. However, my honest opinion of a leader is form-fitted, optimal health, the picture of optimal health. Let me give you an example. High offices in the military, high offices in religion, and high offices in government cannot be occupied by an individual who is not married. Now, why is that? Marriage, the institution of marriage, brings behind it a likeness, an implication of being settled down, of being calm, of being resolved, of being disciplined, of being committed. It's an institution, and behind it are certain beliefs that are held, certain values, morals, and principles that are held. Or they would say anyone can become the president and anyone can hold a high office in military and anyone can hold a high office in religion. However, that's not the case. I just want to give you some different things to think about when you think about branding design, because honestly, you're probably putting a whole lot of thought into this that doesn't need to be so deep and so individual and so salient. It's not as deep as you think it is. And then sometimes it's deeper than you might be considering it, depending on which vantage point you're looking at it from. But the truth is your branding design, base it on your name, your image, and your likeness. What values do you hold? Are you the best representation of yourself? Or do you hold yourself to high standards? Are you the best version of yourself at all times? Are you impeccable and without blemish? Do you know exactly what it is that you're doing? Are you the best in the game at it? Are you an expert? And if not, become one. Go back to school, get the right coaching, get the right mentors, get the right consulting, so you can become well-known. Whether someone knows you or not, you have a brand and you can stand behind it like the chairman of General Mills. Name, image, likeness, branding, design.